I think once again, it says that we've grown and we've become a better team. You know, we controlled the game through three quarters, and then, at the end of the third, last couple minutes, we had a 14-point lead, and then I think they took the lead by like three, I guess. And, we showed some fight. We didn't panic and let the game completely slip away like we've done in games in the past. And, in the fourth quarter, our defense was as good as it had been that entire game. And it's good to know that we can hang our hat on that and win games.
Is there a cautionary tale somewhere in this game, though?
I mean, we got it done.
Yeah.
And it's been, the credit is going to the same thing, us trusting and sticking to what we've done over this stretch. And it showed through once again. It's that simple.
You're down 3 with about 6 minutes to go. Do you feel you needed to take over offensively at that point?
Yeah. That was at that point you just gotta go win the game. We made our mistakes. They made theirs. They made a push and they took the lead. And at that point, everything is out the window. Players got to play. CJ stepped up big. Mace did a great job on the block. Even when Brooke did score, he had a hard time. It was physical. He had to work for it. Same thing with Joe Johnson when Chief was on him. And then, they had to work on offense. And when we came down, we pushed it at them and we were aggressive. Players, at that point in the game, players got to go win it. Players got to play, and we did that.
Damian, how about becoming, just a second Blazer to have 5 straight games of 40 more?
It's another great accomplishment. Like I said before, I'm going to do whatever I can to help this team win games and continue to win games. And tonight, once again, it was necessary.
How would you describe CJ's performance today?
It was fun to watch. A lot of times I kick him the ball ahead and I go to the opposite wing and I catch myself watching him sometimes, just the stuff that he can do, how crafty he is with the ball, the tough shots that he can knock down. And I think the best part for me is, that stretch at the end of the game, I didn't feel like I had to keep the ball. It was a couple possessions where the game was tied, he hit a big three. We were down 2, he hit a big pull-up. Tie game, he hit another pull-up. So, it's comforting for me to know that I can pitch ahead to CJ and be on the weak side, and if he get trapped, he can swing it to me. But, I got a lot of confidence in him having the ball.
I imagine that makes it easier for both of you to play.
Definitely. I think it's if I'm a handful for a team and he is too, it balances out. We take pressure off of each other. So, tonight it was really working.
Dam, you mentioned that you guys were able to get it done, and that's kind of what matters.
Yeah.
But is there at all something just to be reminded that, hey, we still have to play our best to beat teams, even though we're playing well and we've won 5 straight?
Yeah, that's obvious. I say it all the time. We don't have the luxury of coming in and expecting somebody to lay down to us or expecting to win games, period. We got to come out and we got to play 4 quarters. We got to do those small things that make us the team that we've become. And when we don't do that, you see, like tonight, we can be beat. And, it's no surprise. There's nothing, nothing crazy happened, but we just got to understand that when we don't stick to those principal things, we can be beat.
They can go through your head when you just launch that half quarter. I know they can count. It just goes in.
No, we're not. I think it was earlier in the game. At the end of the quarter, I was kind of far out, and I just flicked it up there, and it went in. And then when they fouled me, I kind of just flicked it out there again, and it felt like it was going to go in when I threw it up there. So it was, I wish they would have gave me the and one on that one.
You didn't put the ball on the court. Should have been.
I didn't dribble again,
Yeah,
I don't think.
that's
But yeah, sure. Half-court shot.
You've been getting to the line quite a bit, and that was kind of a point of emphasis going into the year. Do you feel like you're accomplishing what you wanted to do there?
Yeah, I'm just attacking. I think right now I'm able to get bigs off balance a little bit. And, when you 6'10", 6'11", and somebody gets you going side to side, off balance, you might bump into them or, try to block the shot and, go through them. So, when I get off a ball screen or I'm coming in transition, I just, get downhill. And after that, I'm going to score it. A lot of times I'm not even trying to draw contact. And guys are trying to block the shot or they're trying to stop me, and we end up colliding. And I just been getting to the line more.
I know this has happened before to you in your career, where fans have chanted MVP.
That was the first time I ever heard it.
I think it's happened before to you.
It's
but
been
For me?
small.
yeah,
Yeah, that was the
But-
first time where
legitimately now, you look at what you guys are doing and what you are doing for this team. It's not so crazy to think.
I mean, that ain't for me to say. I said it a month and a half ago. My focus is to pour myself into the team, and the reason why they were chanting that is because I poured myself into the team, and we've gotten better and we're winning games, and I'm playing well through that. So I'll just continue to do what I do, and I let everybody else make the decisions like they have been and they always will.
What did that mean to you, though, to hear them?
It meant a lot. I remember when I got up to the free throw line, I heard that it was growing a little bit. Then I made the first one, and then it got loud, and I could see all the fans standing up and stuff. So that's that let me know that they really meant that chant. So it was a great feeling, and I just got to continue to do what I'm doing.
Is the next step in sort of your evolution just being this consistent? Maybe not 30 a night, but
I just got to take the challenge of being at elite level all the time. It's not easy to ever do it. It's hard to do it for one game, but that is the next step. Just being able to, regardless of how the game is going or what's happening, being able to sustain that same level. And it's more than physical. There's a lot of things that go into being able to do that, and I understand that better now, and I'm growing with it, and I feel like I'm going in that direction.